finally, let's put this puppy together. So the first thing you want to do is put them in order of how they're going to go in the shadow box. So this is the front to back. So now what I did is I wanted to give it a little bit more stability. So I put popsicle sticks on the back of each one. So I then put it all together to make sure I could see or not see the popsicle sticks. And if you're looking at it just like this, you're good. Some of them I had the popsicle sticks like this, and you could see them if they were in the front, but see right here? But if these were on the back, I didn't have any trouble with them, okay? So then I did them. The first one didn't have any, so I put that in the, because I originally did them on the front and then I flipped them. So I put that in the shadow box upside down. Now with this image, there's no writing on it, so it didn't matter what size, what side I put it on. So then the second one, I'm going to, now this right here had a little bit of a mess up, so I'm going to just make sure it goes in there very nice. And you'll notice that it doesn't fit perfectly in mine, and that is completely fine because it'll be fine once they're all in there. Now, looking at the back of this, you'll notice there's a lot of mistakes. There's nothing wrong with mistakes on your stuff because they're so little. I mean, this really bothers me. But when people look at the image, they're not going to see it. You're not going to have something perfect the first way out. The first time you do it, it's not going to be perfect. I've done about 10 of these, and mine are still not perfect. And it also goes down to the blade you use and the cardstock you use. I'm using 110 pound weight cardstock. I got it at Michael's. Now, I got it at Joann's. Here's the thing with cardstock. Nothing will make your blade duller than cutting cardstock. So I went to Amazon and I bought a bunch of cheap blades for the Cricut, and they had a set of, I'll pull it up and show you the Amazon, what I bought. And then it actually shows you what they're used for. So let's finish getting this together and I'll show you what that is. So then here is the next one, placing it upside down. And then this one, placing it upside down. And you can tell on this one there's a lot of areas on the back, and that's completely fine. So now on the next, there's only 3 left. So what I did is I put my LED strip on 2 of them, and it wraps around because you can't cut it. You don't want to ever cut it, so I just wrapped it around, and then I'm putting it in here, and I'm only putting it on the back, and then I'm leaving my cord out. So you can get these. I used the back 2 couple of pages because mine were small. This is what mine came in. You can buy much larger ones, and you can put them on every page if you want to, or you can cut off at the end what you don't use if you want to just, like if you're only going to use up to here. Now most of them come with adhesive on the back, so I just peeled it off and then I just taped it to the bottom. So these are LED lights, and these are fairy lights, and the fairy lights are just lights that go around every once in a while. This has a battery pack that I don't have the batteries for, and it takes 2 batteries, and then it runs all together. These are a little bit longer. You can see this is a lot longer. You can wrap them around each page. The first time I did it, I actually used so much extra of this than you need, and it wasn't until I watched a couple of videos that I noticed that a lot of people weren't using a whole lot of strips for the lights. Okay, last page, and you'll notice a lot of mess ups there, a lot of mess ups. That's okay. Okay, now I'm going to put my back on it, making sure it's correct. Now, yes, this is at the bottom, but you'll notice it's just a little strip, so it shouldn't be an issue when we put these down. Okay, so now here it is, and now we're going to plug it in. Now, be careful that you plug it into. My computer at home couldn't handle the capacity that I used. The USB actually broke my camera because it surged, my USB port surged. So I'm plugging this into a USB port that's by itself. And you can't see it. Let me go turn the lights off. And even though I have it only at the bottom, look how much lighting it's got. Now this one just happened to be regular lights. You can buy some that are remote controlled and they have multiple lights and you can pick the lights you want. But see, you can't really tell any of the mistakes I made on this. All right, let's go to Amazon. I'm going to hit pause while I go there.
Okay, so this is what I purchased. It is a 20-piece replacement blade for the Cricut Explore Air 2. Works on any of the Cricut machines except for the Joy. Now you'll notice it has 30, 45, and 60-degree blades. So if you go down to the settings, somewhere it tells you. Okay, here they are. So the 30-degree one is the yellow. It's for really thin paper. The 45 is regular, like standard material, paper, vinyl, stuff like that. And the 60-degree one is for cardstock, the heavier duty stuff. So those were the blue. And I just printed this right here. I took a screenshot of that, and then I took these, and then I just put them onto my Cricut so that I knew what blade to use. And it makes a huge difference with the cardstock. Now, I also used my deep cut blade for a second go around of the image, and that didn't have any issues either. I just wanted to try two different things. I can tell you that after about 10 sheets of the 110, that my blue was actually very, very dull. They say that you can resharpen them by doing it into tin foil, and I haven't seen that ever happen. But these are really cheap. They're not the carbine. They're not the really, really nice ones that you can get on the Cricut website. But they are really, really standard blades. And if they're only going to be $7 for 20, you can change them out more than spending the $10 a blade that they are at Cricut. So, as always, if you have any questions, please feel free to ask. And I look forward to next week's project, which we haven't decided yet.